Bitch, I am a beast, off the leash, blood up in my teeth, do this in my sleep.
Yo, YouTube! What is up, guys? Your boy is steaming with energy today, guys. Why? This is no joke right here. This 5150, zoom in on that bitch. Yo, guys, literally, this stuff is legit, man. You take one scoop, and dude, you are flowing with energy. I'm talking, the pump in the gym is unreal. I'm telling you guys, 5150, go hop on this. I got 5% Nutrition's link in the description box. I'm telling you guys, you at least gotta try it. You're missing out if you're not. So, let's get to it. The Beginner Series, episode 3. We're talking nutrition, guys. Okay, so to start, I think a lot of you, most of you out there have heard of the term your macros or macronutrients, and for those of you that do not know what that is, your macronutrients consist of 3 different nutrients, and that is your proteins, your carbohydrates, and your lipids or your fats. And of those 3 nutrients, you have your essential branched chain amino acids, which come from your proteins, and you have your essential fatty acids, which come from your fats. Both those are a must in your diet. Carbohydrates are not actually a must-have in your diet. You could technically live completely fine, full of energy off of a high protein, high fat diet, but carbs are definitely where it's at. You need carbs in your diet. You just gotta make sure they're the clean carbs, guys. Okay, so before we get any deeper into this video, I'm going to break down 2 things for you guys. So the way that you build muscle is when the muscle protein synthesis is greater than the muscle fiber breakdown, meaning that you're building more muscle fiber than what you're breaking down in the gym that given day. And then burning fat is whenever you're in a caloric deficit, so you're burning more calories than what you're intaking for that day. So it's really basic, but just make sure you get those 2 ideas into your head. I think actually a lot of people don't realize that. So just, yeah, make sure you know that. Okay, so first you got protein. There is 4 calories for every gram of protein that you intake. Some foods that are really rich in protein are gonna be your meats, your beef, your turkey, your chicken, different types of fish, you know, tilapia, salmon. There's good protein in dairy, milk, eggs, cottage cheese. There's great protein sources in other things such as beans, lentils, nuts. So you guys kind of have a good idea of where your protein can come from. Most people do, but it's a beginner's channel. We are covering all the basics at the beginning. So when the channel just keeps rising and rising and rising, you guys have all the basics down. Next, we got the carbohydrates. Same as the protein, there is 4 calories per every gram of carbs that you intake, or carbohydrates. Some foods that are really rich in carbs are gonna be your fruits, grains such as breading, rice, potatoes, tortillas, all that good stuff. And then you also have 2 different types of carbohydrates. There's simple carbs and complex carbs. Simple carbs have 1 to 2 sugars and they're easily digested by the body, and complex sugars are anything that's consisted of 3 or more types of sugars. So those are going to be your slower burning carbohydrates. Something like oatmeal is a good understanding of what a complex carb is. The reason why carbs are really essential for a diet, they're not needed, but the reason why you really should have them in your diet is because your body will use carbohydrates as energy opposed to protein. So that protein that you're intaking is going to be focused on recovering or rebuilding those muscle fibers that you broke down. So you really need to make sure that your carb intake is sufficient enough to make sure that you're using all the protein you intake for rebuilding your muscle. Last little thing with carbs. Your body stores carbs in 2 places. So there is your liver glycogen and then your muscle glycogen. Typically, you're gonna burn through your liver glycogen and then you're gonna burn into your muscle glycogen stores. This is why you need to know that though. As soon as you have filled both those muscle and liver glycogen stores, anything extra carb-wise that you intake is gonna be stored as fat. No matter what, at the end of the day, no matter what. So there's not a specific amount that everybody can intake. It kind of varies from individual to individual. So that's something that you yourself have to find out and kind of mess with it for a few weeks. It's a little difficult to find out, but if you have any questions, you already know, holla at your boy all day, every day. That's carbohydrates. Okay, and then for the last macronutrient, we have fats. There is 9 calories per gram of fat that you intake. Fat's also the easiest form of energy for your body to use. And also by intaking the fats that you need, it's going to supply the essential fatty acids you cannot make, such as your omega-3. Fats are also going to be needed to transport vitamins and absorb the vitamins through your body. So that's consisting of vitamins A, B, D, and K. I'm not too sure if fats are needed to absorb vitamins C and E. I could be wrong about that, but I know for sure A, B, D, and K. And then also fats are essential for hormone production, testosterone production. So that's obviously a must if you're trying to build muscle. So real general overview of those 3 macros really quick, real basic, but I hope some of that information kind of helps, gives you an idea of why you need each of these nutrients in your diet. Okay, so now that we've covered the 3 macronutrients, we are going to kind of discuss how to go about creating your diet to build muscle or burn fat. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have 1 or 2 goals in common. You're trying to build muscle or you're trying to burn fat. And both of those share one similarity, and that is you need your metabolism to be as fast as it can possibly be. You want it to be as fast as you can to burn fat, so you're constantly burning those calories, and the thermic effect of food, you're gonna be burning calories that way. So that's gonna be awesome for burning fat. The reason why you need a fast metabolism when you're bulking is because if you have a slow metabolism, you're not gonna be able to break down all these meals you're gonna put into your body quick. So you're gonna store fat easier, you're gonna slow down the whole process. Okay, so how do you speed up your metabolism? Aside from training, this is a complete nutrition aspect. So just to speed it up from a nutrition wise, what you need to be able to do is, first you have to get your body used to a set amount of meals that you're having every day. So even if that's just 3 meals, you need to get used to that and have your body adapt to that. It's probably gonna take about 2 to 3 weeks, but you gotta stay on top of that. So as soon as you've started a baseline, something that your body can adapt to, what you need to do is be able to first throw in an extra meal. So just throw in a 4th meal, not a big meal, but just something small. And then your body's gonna get used to burning through and using those 4 meals as food every day. So then another 2 to 3 weeks later, you're gonna be able to throw in another meal. Then all of a sudden you're eating 5 pretty good sized meals throughout the day, and your metabolism is just burning this shit up quick. And the longer you do this, your body relies on you feeding it those specific nutrients to burn. So at that point, you are already at a higher set of the thermic effect of food than most people. So what is the thermic effect of food? That is the effect your body has, or that is how many calories your body burns when it's burning food. So if you're able to put in much more food into your body and burn it at a fast rate, your metabolism is just gonna be through the roofs, man. So I know that sounds, kind of complicated, but you just got to think about it. The more that you're feeding the beast, it's going to keep growing, and it's going to keep growing consistently. The thing is, you can't just be eating shit. You got to be eating pretty much measured out foods. Each meal should be meeting, your macro nutrient intake. But that's the gist of increasing your metabolism through diet. A lot of people have the misconception that you just want to eat as much as you can every meal, but the thing is that bloats you. And when you're just forcing one big meal, and then a smaller meal, and then another big meal, and then a smaller meal, that's throwing off your metabolism. Your metabolism needs to be used to burning pretty much that same amount of fuel each time that you have a meal. So that's why I don't snack. Every time I eat, it's a meal. So just always remember that and get that through your head, that you want to be eating more consistently, not eating more each meal, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna end this video with a few tips on a diet, some things you should keep in mind if you're trying to burn fat or build muscle. So first, if you're trying to burn fat or gain muscle, just start by add 200 calories to your diet or take away 200 calories. Don't do something so drastic that your body has to adapt to that big move. It's because you're just gonna see inconsistent results that way. So if you're consistently adding 200 calories to your diet, maybe every 10 days or something, you're gonna be at a steady rate of muscle growth, opposed to, all right, I'm just gonna add in 1,000 calories this week, and then you're trying to get used to adding that much food, and that's just way harder. Some days you do, some days you don't. So then you're hitting, it's hit or miss whenever you're getting that muscle protein synthesis that you want. So, don't go and just take away 1,000 calories from your diet to start losing weight. I mean, you will, but the thing is you will peak out much faster that way. So don't do any drastic moves, guys. The thing is, theoretically, just by adding a couple hundred calories or taking away a couple hundred calories and your daily activity is the same, you are going to build muscle or lose fat. So, don't let this be intimidating for you guys. I remember just over a year ago when I started all this, the nutrition part, it freaked me out. I didn't even know where to start. And I'm not saying that I know a lot now. I definitely know a lot for someone that's taught himself all of this. There's way more that I gotta learn, way more, but I can tell you, competing in 3 shows with no help, it really gives you a good understanding of dieting and nutrient timing and all this other stuff that, I'm gonna get into with other videos, but I just want a basic video out there that you can get a good understanding of how the macros work, how to set up a diet to meet your needs or your goals, and just have fun with it, guys. I can tell you, you're not gonna see any results realistically within the first week because you need your body to adapt to something. So like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. This is episode 3 of the beginner series. I got way more coming for you guys. I appreciate all the support, for real. I've added a lot more viewers lately, kind of a lot, so it's really cool. But anyways, I appreciate all you guys. Again, like, comment, subscribe. You already know. This is a Mike approved message.